Right, good afternoon everyone. Starts the new week and start making a new video. Before I get into this new one, I'm just going to show you a clip of a final test that I did yesterday on my grow on using the sock filter, and I'll come back to you once I've shown you that clip. Right, so it's still Saturday, 3rd of May, and I thought I would test the filter sock out on my other filter system, and this has actually been on for 4 hours and it looks a lot better. So I'm just going to try and take it off and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's 4 hours. So this filter system on this pond is far superior than that other one. That other media rubbish. So I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do with that other pond in terms of the filtering of it, but that's pretty impressive. So yeah, worth testing that. I think it was to show, I just wanted to tell for my own self really what this one was doing. And right, so you've seen that clip, and what I didn't explain in that video was that filter hadn't been cleaned in 8 days, and that was the results I got out of it after 4 hours. So that filter system is so much better than how this is currently set up on my new pond. So I've decided to change the media a little bit in barrel 2, and I've ordered some new media for barrel 2, but I'm going to change it up a little bit, and it's going to be another test, and we'll just keep going with it until we get it right. But the first job is to get all of the media out of barrel 2, and I'm going to try and put it all into barrel 1. So I'll set up the tripod and I'll start going through it. I need to put the media on a boil though, even though it probably doesn't need it. I'm gonna clean it up best I can so it goes into barrel 1 all clean, ready to go. Now, in my personal thoughts to this K1 media style, this media is not suitable for pump fed systems, and the reason I think that is because the size of the media where it's being turned up by the pump, it's different than if it was in a gravity fed system, and that's why I think it's failed. So I mean, with my experience over the last like 6 to 8 weeks with it, I don't think I would recommend this style media to anyone using a pump fed system. Not in this style of filtration anyway. Maybe if it was on, say, like a multi-bay or more barrels, but I wouldn't use it as a media that is used solely in your filter system, because the waste is getting through the media far too much. But I will put it all, I'm going to put all of the media into the first barrel, and then I might just have a look, see what the water quality looks like going into the second barrel. But we all know from the last test and the last video that with 2 barrels with roughly 100 litres of K1 style media is not good enough, and it just too much is bypassing it. So I'll come back to you once I start getting the media out. Right, so part of the new media's turned up, and what I'm going to be using at the bottom are these nets with like kiddies play pen balls to make them float. So there's 11 in there, ordered 10, but they sent an extra one for free. And this void space that I've made up just out of the PVC piping, so the balls will rise up to this void space and hopefully gather a load of stuff. It's all bunched together with all those nets in there, so I will start putting them into the second barrel and show you what it looks like. Right, hopefully you can see this alright. So put this stuff in and see how it goes. So yeah, I ordered 10 of these and they sent 11, so always nice to get a freebie. Just rinsed them off because there was a bit of a smell. I think they must have been stored in a barn outside or something, so they've had a bit of a rinse. Right. So, nets in. Still loads of mosquitoes in there, doing my head in.
void space. Make sure they stay under the thing. They're pushing up, so they want to push up the sides. Come on, play ball. No pun intended. Get up. Get under there. That's better. 4 to go. So those bolts, they're pushing that up. I didn't think about that. There we go, that will do for now. Right, I have ordered another piece of matting, which is 60 centimetres round. That hasn't turned up yet. So what I did last night, I just cut up some filter floss, and I put it in, and I just put that across here. Like so. No. God, those balls do push that stuff out. Right, so for now, that's what I've done. That is going to be how the second barrel is. Now, if I was to take out all of the K1 style media and replace it with all like jack matting and different varies of matting, I worked it out this morning, and it would have been roughly about £400 worth of matting, and that is just ridiculous. So I decided I would go with this style for now, and with all of that media and with the other piece of mat that's coming, I think it worked out to be about 16 quid. So not too expensive, and hopefully this makes it a lot better. So I'm just doing a water change now. I've cleaned that one this morning already with the air blower. So I'm going to put the clay in next. It's still topping up. I'll let the clay settle and circulate for an hour, and then I will put the filter sock back on and see what results we get. Filter floss is very good, but it's kind of like a bandage. You're covering up an issue, it's not really resolving it as such. So I am thinking this is going to be a lot better than what it was with the 2 barrels with the K1 media. But yeah, we'll try it, we'll test it, we'll see how good this is like this, because I haven't got the other filter pad at the minute. I don't know when it's coming, probably 2 or 3 more days really. But we'll run it, and I'll show you the results when I finish the 2 hours. Right then, it's Thursday, 8th of May, 20 past 10 in the morning. Clay going in now. Leave it an hour, circulate round, and then we'll try this out with the new filter media in the second barrel. See what happens. Right, in other news, last night I come out and noticed that this UV had stopped working. The light bulb's basically flickering, which isn't ideal. It's only about, well, it's less than 3 months old, so not really happy with that. But I gotta take it off, and I made a mistake when I put it up. The bulb end is that end, and I can't get it out because of the electric box. So I'm gonna have to take it all off and try and switch it around. So I'll come back to you once I've done that, or I might put this on a bit of a time lapse and show you how it goes. But hopefully it don't cause any leaks. This side will be the issue if it starts leaking, and then I'll have to take it all apart and convert it to that 1 inch, that side, like I did when that broke. So yeah, I'll come back to you once I got it off. Right, I've taken this apart best I can, and the bulb on each end is showing like signs of being burnt out. So yeah, apparently this on this bulb, it's a Aqua T8 15W. So I've got to try and find a replacement bulb now for that. It's also, I do remember seeing this before, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this has actually got like a starter motor in it. So Philips starter motor. I was hoping it might have been that, but I've got a funny feeling that's that bulb, because it's obviously it's like burnt at the end. So I'm guessing that's the issue. So I'm gonna try and flip this unit around now and put it back together so the bulb can come out of that end, and then I'll come back to you. Right, that's the UV swapped around. Took a bit longer than I thought, because I forgot when I put this pipe in here, this is now 1, so you can't just unscrew this, because this is like hard piped into that. So I've had to remastic that as well, so I can't turn it on and test for leaks yet for a couple of hours until that seals and goes off. I'm going to leave the electrics out. I don't think they need to go back in, because where the water passes through, it's in like a separate channel to where the bulb is. So I'm going to bag this up so it stays dry, because we've had a load of rain the last 2 or 3 days in the afternoon. So I'll bag that up and see if I can get a replacement bulb for it. I have got some old UVs that are just in the actual bulbs. You just place them in the filters, so I might do that later on, but not sure yet. So I'll come back to you later when I start testing with the sock filter. Right, I've lost the footage I've done earlier, but the bags for the pumice has actually turned up. So I've just put in another 6 bags. I think it's about 4.5 kilos in there. So that job's done. It's a load more media in there, so happy with that. Finally came. Right, filter socket's going on. I think it's been an hour. Can't remember if it was 10 past or 20 past. So is clean, best I can get it. I've used it quite a few times now, so it gets a little bit of a stain on it, but not too bad. So I'm just going to tie it on it for 2 hours, see what results we get this time. I'd be very surprised if it was the same. This filter floss is a pretty good media, but it's just a pain, you got to clean it so much. Right, I'll come back to you in a couple of hours. Also, I forgot to mention, I can't turn the skimmer line back on because of the sealer still going off, because I've had to take the UV bulb out. That's going to be the difference in this test, so there's no skimmer line running on this for the next couple of hours. Alright, so it's just coming up 22. So let's see what we got. Quite a lot better, and that's with obviously the clay in there as well. So I think I'm just going to clean that up, and then I'm going to run it for another 2 hours and see what we got. So it's definitely a lot better though. It's not even halfway up the sock on that side, it's about halfway on that. So yeah, come back to you in a couple more hours. Right, so coming up like 10 to 4. We'll have another look, see how it's going. I've just pulled the net back because I haven't had the net back for a while. Let's have a quick look. So that side's definitely a big improvement. That was obviously the water side. So yeah, it's quite a substantial improvement, to be honest. Quite happy with how that's gone, to be fair. Still got a ways to go, but it's that's definitely a lot better. So we'll leave that off for now, and I'll just set the camera up over the other side and show you the cord for a bit. Right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Obviously I've made an improvement compared to last week. I think improvements still need to be made. Obviously when the new piece of filter mat comes in, I can add that into the second barrel and test again and see what improvements that makes. If anyone's got any ideas what filter media you would use maybe to improve it, then put it in the comments, let us know. It's every day for me is like a learning day, and hopefully improve on everything. But thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.